Welcome to another wonderful edition here on ASK Morgan Sports on YouTube and on TikTok. Yatanasya, yadi nkomoni nyina de bro. Na enumere FIFA Eden 11 ababetuga the best 11 for World Cup net me talk from no. Na uwe team FIFA penyin for tenase omo hweye na enko kakra bi nkomo nya ni nyina rights baby kitwa bi na problem eba ho baby kitwa bi ne ani omo disagree. Omo for goalkeeper Cabo Verde goalkeeper friend of Wozinha at right back omo for Pedro Porro, left back omo for Mark Cucurella, ena oba center back pair no omo for Lisandro Martinez ena omo de Dayot Upamecano edeka ho. Oba mfini wa omo almost say in a 4-3-3 formation. Rodri the base of the midfielder, Jude Bellingham and Michael Olise den edidi so ho. Then we had Kylian Mbappe Lotin, Erling Haaland LED line no and Lionel Andre Messi so I be on the right until Messi on the right, Mbappe on the left, Haaland center. This is where we have problems. The first problem has to do with Dayot Upamecano. Upamecano no to me ahead of Paul Kubarsi no. It is something you cannot understand. Because we've all seen what Kubarsi did in this World Cup. So what I said, an 18-year-old player, 19-year-old player, teenager, holding center back, the heart of defense, Edema Spina, Omutimi bought 8 matches, conceding just 1 goal, and also winning the World Cup. And also Hodom. He's been magnificent, he's been amazingly great. Goa player Nidin. And so Eddie Mikel Merino, Eddie share Belgium, Paul Kubarsi initiated that particular goal. No, I mean he's been nothing short of phenomenal. I mean who there Dayot Upamecano, I am massively in this particular World Cup. The reason why France struggle at the back was mainly because of William Saliba injury. No. So we all knew that South France defense, no, the leader at the back, nipa no control defense, no, organize your power was William Saliba. Ofimu, we all saw how they ended up, and so for me, I do not think it is okay for them to have put Dayot Upamecano anywhere around here. As for Wozinha, Menyanka Unai Simon, based on the stats, the records, nko deserve say or appear. I was so ahead of Wozinha. But Wozinha has a nice story. He has an interesting story. 40-year-old player. Numbers more from 500,000. Now, what's me about the first time on Mobile World Cup? In the first match, why more than 8 saves against Argentina? Why a number of saves? Yes, around 11 saves. Any other at every stage of the competition, we're carrying the mind to the level of Mukokodrie. And so, if Wozinha is here, we are all happy he's here. It's okay if he's here. But as for Dayot Upamecano, Nipana Ochusu, Dayot Upamecano, no, I think it is the same person. Say Nipana and Ochusu, man of the match winners at the World Cup. Who's the man of the match winners? No problems with him. Ya bomb match, especially Ghana match. Boy, snap bobo say. Now, you see, Antoine Semenyo and Aje man of the match. Omo ma Jude Bellingham krankasa kwaje man of the match ni bi sign be catch from beto to omo say or no Jude no deserve man of the match no mo de amano. And I feel say omo yi sa team way omo modern money omo yi man of the match is ning na a pet because they've all done a very terrible job. Chelsea any Alejandro Garnacho a party ways Alejandro Garnacho akwa kopiemu ewo team and in the Aston Villa. Now, this is the backstory. Chelsea at the 117 million pounds at the ama Aston Villa yes at the ama Aston Villa for Morgan Rogers. Now Morgan Rogers no. Unai Emery needs another player betting replacing Morgan Rogers on the team num. And into no more Christian Somerville. But Somerville akwa Jessica Kessié ewo Al Hilal Oko. And so they have to go back to Chelsea. No open conversation for 2 players, Nicholas Jackson and Branton Edindi Alejandro Garnacho. Now, we don't know how Nicholas Jackson conversation, but it looks like a follow on rocks. And so now Aston Villa money team and in Chelsea. Edin come on Alejandro Garnacho. It is believed say Papa and Unai Emery and specifically were requested for Abrantier no. Now the good thing is that a loan with obligation to buy. Now Roma for say omoji loan no, without the obligation. Now Aston Villa for the buy clause at the heading at the achievement. Chelsea is much more comfortable with this particular deal. Say one season number boy say Aston Villa are impressed with Alejandro Garnacho, then they will go ahead and then buy it. Unlike Roma, they are open for chance. So for now, but Alejandro Garnacho will face two problems at Aston Villa. The first one is that supporters from yesterday or more announced say deal ne buy ya tete say o mako ho mo no representatives didn't come on Chelsea didn't come on. And Aston Villa for supporters say what social media sorry they begu say they don't want to see the player at their club. Omon pese omeuza Alejandro Garnacho ababe piemu ewo team and in Aston Villa for two simple reasons. Omuchema Alejandro Garnacho ni abe maybe tie tweety nsembi the fact Aston Villa who are entry into was any anokoko delete sa no many nyina. The second reason is also that Abrantier no he's known say onye submissive or a troublemaker our dressing room. Of course, so troubles no Manchester United. The manner in which Eric Ten Hag permanently free Manchester United on Eric Ten Hag issues are Ruben Amorim also ebe fuaso. There is that thing about him say he's a troublemaker in the dressing room and international supporters know peso obeba, but Unai Emery insisted say this is a player or no feeling so bit me hiding abuano. From analyst point of view, the only problem I see with this deal is that Unai Emery as a Spanish coach, he has always preferred wing players who do not add too much weight to the game. And as a Spanish coach of wingers are so no or more bobo na the wingers nibe mano numerical superiority in central areas. Ningina understand midfielders or wingers or mutimi sign drifting into midfield. Into what check here John McGinn near Bonwo wings. So the bear born no time or money team be in the midfield year robusta or more betimia possessable na chain. Aston Villa bebrino no abe come midfield no my four no metimia press your mo. Say ya jibo ne was see but the expansive football na no a biemu near bo. Now Morgan Rogers, a typical number 10. However, a toda near Bonwo wing said the bear born ye see a cutty in your drifty inner or bebum a yase fullbacks no Lucas Digne Moko when you overlapping. Yes, no one bumna creative space, no my overlapping. That is how he plays. Now he said this is not how Alejandro Garnacho plays his football. Alejandro Garnacho a full weight player or Jibo now he wants to run down on the wings. Or person Jibo no de Kwamirika line also. And for me, that is a very big problem. Obefesi in terms of adaptation, they said the Obesi are putting into Aston Villa squad. Now let me adapt the system. No, with me and no, sir. I think Alejandro Garnacho, he's giving us flashes. Say he could be a good player. He has given us flashes that he could be a good player. Almost no mutimi fixi where he will be able to become a good player. And so talking about Chelsea. Chelsea spendings, I wouldn't say it is bad, but I think that Chelsea are here some adebia hupa say current world football is here. Team and 3 midfielders. Omunyina cost to 100 million. Chelsea. Into Moises Caicedo at the base, more than 100 million. Enzo Fernandez, more than 100 million. Abrantier and Dindi Morgan Rogers, more than 100 million. I think it's 117, 106, 110 or 114 or so. These 3 players, Omunina bro 100 million. But you know the catch. Just this summer year, Chelsea are raising 100 million from sales And Enzo Maresca eko City no Chelsea akwa je cash kakra ho. Marco Correa eko Real Madrid na Chelsea a quick agene 40 million ashane ho. Chelsea aton Tariq George age 40 million. Sorry, age cash ashane ho. Ho. So Chelsea are raising 100 million from the market this year. Anyway, you move 100. Edi akwakoto Abrante Anidinde, Morgan Rogers. And was in Aston Villa, Kakadi Abeshim, the Atetenica. And so Chelsea is good. Chelsea is in a good position. Otmiton, Liam Delap, Liam Delap, Nicholas Jackson, Trevor Chaloba, Bakukra were balancing the books. He's okay. With a financial fair play channel, he can proceed to do business. And see how much else in paying for Nabaso as far as the marketing sense is concerned, any balancing the books is concerned, they are doing it so well. Although they are struggling, they are still able to make sales. They are still able to, they have resale value for the players they sign. Now, there's an exciting trend that we've all noticed. Say, players who move free Manchester City Academy Numuno, they mostly end up at Chelsea. Now, Manchester City Etihad campus, no, it has become the best academy in England. But 10 years ago at Manchester City, Pep Guardiola free, Bayern Munich obe PMU, or England or bar Manchester City no Ukrainian. What he has done first is to build a formidable academy. And into over the years, we've seen them produce quality players. For more the Phil Foden aba, or more the James McCarthy numaba, or more the Rico Lewis numa from waba, or more the Nico O'Reilly numina from waba. So what I say, or more the Kupama mo Jadon Sancho munina from waba, Liam Delap munina from waba. Now the concern is that most of the players are more from Manchester City Academy no. Or more playing time or Manchester City. Et to be checky players no Copa Mabe 22 years na unya time. Manchester City James McCarthy be 23 years no unya time or Manchester City na also copy playing time or baby Jadon Sancho no nyina sa Jamie Bino Gittins no nyina sa omunya time tina also omoko. And Morgan Rogers is one of such players you're training with Manchester City or a Manchester City Academy boy but lack of playing time in tina also film modern Cologne be 3 times. And at a point in time, he decided that so be kolo na se abana there's uncertainty within the future nintino yen ton no manenko and it be obeko no or build there on himself or build it from scratch no free ho and then what be cost to 117 million pounds. Now you bizarre was a Manchester City team no omoma academy boys no nko omoma opportunities bakum yenu bi anka within 1 or 2 years be the senka boys ne be hit ya big stars amomo. Because already after say players ni free honum adwuma omotimi ababeye Romeo Lavia ko team of Manchester City Academy ko Southampton or ye adwuma ni year so well as a 17-18-year-old boy a boy as a deep line playmaker for Southampton Chelsea hu ye nani je ho kofa no Jamie Bino Gittins ko Dortmund ye adwuma ni ye Jadon Sancho free Manchester City ko Dortmund and Manchester United the more than 70 million ko kofa na buy. It looks like academy no recruitment no are solid. But the transformation from academy to the senior team proper, I think there hasn't been a proper plan for that. And they had dream. But Manchester City have also used some academy players the sell-on clause so it's media managing the books for the excessive expenditure of my in the past years no. Omoko JJ oil money buy almost 30D. But himself balancing the books na edin. And to the boy Man City pan and the academy no my building na omodi produce players no more tonka kaka no. And no manya want me they balance your books or my survive it. But it looks like the relationship between Chelsea and the Manchester City no is ababe too deep. When you go to Chelsea currently, we have Callum McFarlane no Enzo Maresca and a newo Manchester City and waba se Chelsea away adwuma ye kai say mrebi ansa na Liam Rosenyo beba no Callum McFarlane ebe fa adwuma ne ye ne kakra oda so ho. Now Glenn Van der Kraan, or your academy director, or Chelsea, no Manchester City, no free wide, I be PM or Chelsea. Now Tom Glick, a president of business. Oh, he had a brief spell. So I just say he had a brief time. I mean, he has been at both club and so. But the main person, Joe Shield, who is now in charge of Chelsea, both academy and then senior team recruitment. Now, Manchester City academy recruitment, and the players at Manchester City for more at the academy level. He was the one in charge. And away free more about Chelsea, and so omo free Chelsea City about Chelsea. He's aware of them. He knows all of them. As we speak now, players on my Manchester City academy numa and now musi akama Chelsea. Tosina Darabioyo, Romeo Lavia, Kupama, and then Morgan Rogers ababe kahon. Yes, and so Jamie Bino Gettins, Liam Delap, and so honum. 6 players rock solid. Free Manchester City Academy, baby room, or Chelsea or mobile. It looks like Chelsea for no a steady Manchester City template, and they want to tap into it. But in the next 5 years, 5-6 years, you bet me a Chelsea team or winning league, or winning FA Cup, or winning Champions League team, or the Manchester City academy players and I also think that Chelsea is also doing well, following the footsteps of Manchester City. Pep Guardiola Babayan or Manchester City or motion no more follow up no more build their cup. There were more updates on Manchester former Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola. Italian Football Federation no person more fan edeneba. I'll do this video for you on Saturday. I'll do an extensive analysis on why one Pep Guardiola is not likely to go to the Italian Football Federation, and also why England for no person more Pam Thomas Tuchel no more for Pep Guardiola deba. Watch Pep Guardiola buy England football. What transform England football no? What's the sign England football no completely? Like I said, he has changed the way we play in England. At some level of competition, after say Pep ba England no, not Champions League, na English teams ne ball mo bre. So what I say during Pep's stay in England, Chelsea aje Champions League bako, Liverpool akwajibi, Tottenham abo Champions League final, Manchester City ajibi, wakoko finals, wakoko bia luswa. So what I say. Under his oberezi bano. Now anybody who wanted to compete with Pep Guardiola had to also up his game. And then because of Pep Guardiola, and look at the formidable team he crashed now just to beat Pep Guardiola. Because without Pep Guardiola having set that standard at Man City, nobody would have built a squad to a certain level. So what I say, and because of him, he came, he led the way, and all the other teams have followed. And English football no imwa peja. So the English are aware of this. The English people are aware of this. And players, the kind of players are Pep being here, they are building a team no. They are the ones that have it. And it's almost so ideal. If Pep is available to work now the almost rather say Pam Thomas Tuchel na se Pep nya available bioma now anything. But they should have the assurance, the firm confirmation that Pep beyejuma, because Pep so aberoko jena home. They should have the confirmation say Pep beyejuma ansana omatimi aja Thomas Tuchel kwan. Enso so ewo honum. Florentino Pérez say Rodri na injury history nti on penal. Let's take it step by step and understand very, very well. Now, we all know say every 2024 ending no edeba 2025 no mu Rodri had a very rough time. Now, in all those times now he was injured. Now nani injury na ACL and not here. Now Florentino Perez no mu sure say player what ACL that day it's likely so betimi anya setback. But no kwe woman say only few players no mote ACL 2 times. Usually one, then other injuries would accompany until for some time. And into Rodri nangas or buy or sign be pray and I feel what and he's playing like we used to. There are also players omunya ACL no injury back pe that's all. Player like Virgil van Dijk no I mean onya ACL no kwatena fi or buy we pra back be he's okay we send them ball no obo. Manchester United rejected Ederson deal no say what year meniscus injury as a 27-year-old player what year meniscus injury 2 times and meniscus no it is always the announcer of ACL. So the moment will tear meniscus or tear meniscus 1 cry it's likely so bit many ACL. So what does it now for the ones that we know Rodri after the ACL no on tear meniscus so onya meniscus injury biom but Florentino Perez say my brand and likely so bet me akọ injury into onto my brand no bet me akọ injury into onto na I mean I am thinking that ebia na Perez pe advantage bi o market no munti no this ankomo no ebia Perez who say oye clear say it is his intention to purchase the player. Ebema Manchester City anya undue advantage bi e market no mze ne na opede ya ne brane ndi ano but me kra nka mimpo me kra player no nka mani nji hu but say circumstance no na aye yintina ye show interest me a player no kra anye player mepe then when you be ba ho so no player no contract extension now their man since April a onye sign ye no na ye twetwe mu a when you be ba ho so na time na ide aben na was sell you be forced to sell at a cheaper price. I think that is what Perez is trying to do. Because Obia Nansen free na offer. Obia Ibrahim Konate kura wakwa sign no. Wow. What sign Denzel Dumfries fries wenum nyina ye omo manyini omo age wenim. What sign Bernardo Silva ni age wenim. But Rodri there umpese obe sign no. But it's Florentino Perez. He's the best club president in the world, so he has the right to make this decision based on what he has achieved in the game, and we cannot doubt him that much. But I think that he's just trying to play his own game. He's trying to maximize his effort. Finally, on Manchester United, Manchester United almost started almost preseason last weekend. Now, omoko Helsinki, so omone Rex Amede kwa boy near Finland. Omoko no Wrexham foot me show 1-0 honum. In that match, the talking point I want match Numa will be can say Branton Andre Santos has been phenomenal. He's been excellent for Manchester United as far as that game is concerned. And Manchester United fan be looking forward to Andre Santos and so honum. Now the good thing say Andre Santos training no economy year pa. But unfortunately, Manchester United lost that game. Almost a preseason pair. And in Tinyame Adama Friday, Omo Rosenborg, Eddie Kobweni. United Rosenborg, Eddie Kobweni na. United are launching a blue jersey or they call Rosenborg match. You know, say Carrick say this season no more on focuses so much on the transitional football. Now his main game plan will be on dominating games and playing once in a while, not the transition kakrap and into preseason or muye. That is what the trainings have been centered on. That is the pattern they are trying to build. Manchester United case name when so money Wrexham game no. Almost started with first 11 a year penny for Harry Maguire, more Lenny Yoro, more Aiden Heaven, more Luke Shaw, more Patrick Dorgumo. Normally almost started Brian Mbemo mo Joshua Zexi mo Mason Mount mo omo no na Wrexham for no share omo yi mpenyimfo no Maguire no free mu the bench players no buy no mo second half number 0-0 mpenyimfo no boy no Wrexham share omo but United for the yentum say a preseason BBNC the answer so yate is just a preseason, but we are watching them keenly. We are following Hamea Doma watchna on me move the akọ Rosenborg match no ye de traveling squad na e de ba be tudwa amamo enso so e wa ha aha ASK Morgan. Now finally on Barcelona ne Julian Alvarez case no as they say a stretcher near to say na me adoma Atletico Madrid able to me deal be atum say omunya Ferran Torres plus 60 million o mejai abranti anidin ede Julian Alvarez amanako e ma remfi say omo bede one Barcelona bede 150 million Atletico de Madrid antiasie omo bede 150 million Atletico de Madrid antiasie. Now what it means is that if they accept 60 million plus Ferran Torres, it means they accept the valuation of Barcelona as Ferran Torres value 100 million. Because Ferran Torres 100 million plus an additional 60 million, which is 160 million for Julian Alvarez. But I do not also think that Ferran Torres is equal to that 100 million valuation. Let's see in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Do you think Ferran Torres is valued at 100 million? Hi ASK Morgan. Thank you so much for watching. Yami Adoma Ebesan Edit for Frabro.